Stay focused, don't do no side conversations, and listen to the conversation so you guys can understand where we're coming from. That's it?
Okay, so just to answer your question,
We're almost over, right? No, we're almost done.
we're gonna knock it out real quick.
With the camera, we're almost done. Go.
Okay, so just to answer your question, the advisory board is just to give advice. The board of directors is the decision makers. They're gonna make that last call. And then from that, so basically, let's just jump into that. You have the administration is going to be made up of these two type of committees. One is going to be the board of directors, and then the other one is going to be the advisory board of directors. And then part of the board of directors, you're going to have these 9 members. These 9 members are going to essentially be the president, the vice president, the secretary, and then you're going to have the treasurer. And then beneath those, that's the four main ones. Beneath those, you're going to have 5 chairmen. These chairmen are going to cover the... Well, it's 5 chairmen. These chairmen are going to be the inter-community relations. So that's the inter-community relations, what they're going to cover is pretty much anything that has to do with internal family affairs. Just if you guys want to if we want to make a special event like today, the only person that's going to communicate that type of information is this inter-community relation rep. And they're going to... So you're gonna have the inter-community relations, and basically what that person does is they're the ones that are gonna really set up an event, something like this, you know, because they only have to deal with family. The next member is gonna be the outer community relations. That's the person that's gonna deal with people from Cleveland, let's say, out of the state or local government, anything outside of our community. Anything that's outside of our community. So anything that's not part of our social network, our social club, that's going to be considered an outer community. So you're going to have the inner community, you're going to have the outer community, and then you're going to have the business, the human resource. The human resource department is essentially the ambassadors, the 5 ambassadors we were talking about. These ambassadors, or part of the human resources, is going to be one member or one family representative per hamula, per household. So this is going to be the spokesperson per hamula, and that's going to be part of the human resources. That's going to be somebody that deals with, any family affairs, family, anything that happens per family, and you guys need to communicate. Any contributions, anything like that, they're going to control that. Anything that happens from that point. So they're going to control all those aspects of each family. So you want to make sure that that person has say-so, or that person has probably one of the elders, right?
One of the things is that these are just ideas that we kind of came up with. So we a structure, but we're also, this is not solid, it's not concrete, this is just speculating, getting ideas. So we want everybody's opinion on this. One of the things we were also looking at is, we were talking about the 9 board of directors. It's the main 4 are president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. One of the things we could do is the remaining 5 could be the 5 ambassadors. When we say ambassadors, one person is picked by each hamula. So a hamula picks one person that they trust, that they want them to speak for them. And we can have them, that 5, be part of the directors, or we can have them have their own committee. So that's something that we can just talk about and we can discuss, but it's up to you. See what you guys think. Just to make it fair, I think it should be in the board of directors, so that one hamula can say, "Oh, that's biased." Talking about another hamula, "Oh, that was a biased decision you guys made." So if we pick one person from every hamula, then there's no bias. We can't be biased on that, and there's going to be a voting process with that.
We shouldn't have any difference between the hamulas.
It shouldn't be.
You know, it shouldn't be any.
It shouldn't be, but
it should be voted in, not by your populace, not by your status, not by your money.
No,
it should be
never
voted
that.
in. Who's got the most time? Who's the most knowledge?
Right. It's going to be a voting.
Exactly. Be a voting system.
It shouldn't be. Oh, I know most. I know a lot of people.
But at the same time, when you're talking.
popularity contest.
Yeah, we're not talking.
We're not doing a popularity contest.
No, exactly. What we're saying, it's not about the smartest.
And that's what we want.
It's not just that. We know the smartest ones.
It's not always
Donate your
because.
time.
Well, you got, but the thing is, unfortunately,
is you got-
we have the split. We have somebody from Dar es Salaam. We have somebody from Dar Abdullah. We have these hamulas that if Dar Abdullah made a decision and Dar Abdullah didn't like it, then you have that conflict.
I don't believe.
We
But
just don't want to.
it's going to happen.
Making bad decisions.
It's
Right, but the
I'm
five.
saying we should have more trust
My,
in our board.
right. My opinion. My opinion is when you have the Hamayel, the 5 Hamayel, working together, to me it's a lot easier because you have Dar Abdah, Dar Islaman. I'll give you a perfect example. You have a wedding for Dar Abdullah, right? You maybe get possible of 10 people from Dar Abdah that come to your wedding. What's the reason? You don't know who they are. You don't know who to invite. When you have a representative from Dar Abdah, for example, I'm just saying, when you have a representative from Dar Abdah that reaches out to all Dar Abdah, that communicates with them, you're able to, to pass out your information to them and able to, help the cause. One person it's harder for example, like I'm in Dar Najjar, it's hard for me to go reach out to Dar Abu Zahriya, to reach out to Dar Abdah, to reach out to even Dar Abdullah. It's very hard. But when you have, somebody that
You have a contact person. Almost.
it helps the cause. It really does.
Well,
it has nothing to do with being biased or because we want this to be.
It's only because you
more
have It's better to have a person like per. And if you have one representative per hamula, I could talk to one person in that hamula, almost like a district manager, right? Talk to this person, and they'll make sure that message is communicated throughout their family.
And then,
I mean, it's like if I go and tell your brother, hey, I want to make sure you're at the meeting, but he's like, well, who the hell is this guy? But if I tell you to tell him, and it's coming from you,
Exactly.
So it's like you have more respect in your family than I do. So that's how we want to do it. And that's the only reason why we said that is because another thing is we don't want to have like one person or 2 people from this hamula, 3 from this one, and none from this one. We want everybody to be involved into it. We want essentially everybody to be part of the cause.
Getting out of hand right now.
What's that?
It's getting out of hand right now.
That are made like that.
Every decision that we make today, from the infrastructure to the body to the president, how many is going to be involved, all going to be all spread out. All want to talk about it. It's very, very important.
Listen.
That's a suggestion. Let's just go through this and go back.
And then we all would take notes and agree to what we want to do.
You know what? Stand up. I was gonna just say that what they just said, because when it comes to the whole hamula, having an ambassador, it sounds great. It funnels all of, like as a one hamula, we might have a bunch of concerns. For example, if somebody dies, and guess what? There's a wedding that weekend.
Yeah.
This whole entire family is pissed because this family doesn't want to cancel their wedding.
Right.
At the same time, that family's wedding, it's like you can't cancel because you just put a bunch of money in deposit and so forth. So it's great because that one person could contact that one person and say, hey, you know what? We don't want to stop your wedding. Don't be mad at us.
Well, here's what happens when we had, that's what we were just thinking about having one, because if a decision was made and Hamula didn't have a person in the committee that was involved, they're going to say, oh, this is not Abdullah's idea. Oh, this is not Stamai's idea.
This is why we call
we
this
had no
committee
say-so.
human
But now,
resources.
we have an ambassador. No, you have a spokesperson. He voted it too. So
But the
there's no problem.
But here's the
That
problem.
eliminates issues.
Here's one little issue I see with that though. Now let's say we're in that situation where, because that's common. We've done this last summer, these past 2 years, it happened to us. These people are dying and there's weddings right next a couple days later. Okay. The only issue I see with that is a whole hamula, for example, might not agree with not going to that wedding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So having one guy represent the whole hamula, that one guy, it just might happen to be it's his nephew who died. Okay, and his emotions he might jump the gun and might say, no, my hamula, whatever.
But that's the thing. They have to make that decision. That's what
This is
No,
why
that person needs to
it should be more structured.
One at a time. One at a time.
Hold on.
Hold on. And one other issue we're gonna have.
Listen,
see already.
everybody.
Listen. Hold on.
Go through the agenda first.
Guys,
Then we'll get
hold
to the
on.
questions, okay?
Hold on.
That's why I'm going around with this book. If you have something to say, I put your name down for the
Listen.
question, and that's it.
Listen, it's extremely important for everybody to understand this is only the very
That's all I'm saying.
infancy stage.
That's all I'm saying.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We'll get into the specifics later. But right now, everybody's jumping the gun and thinking too far ahead, which is okay.
No, it's just ideas. Ideas.
We need ideas.
Ideas, that's all.
Listen. Our dean is based on what? 5 pillars. We have our base. You have to have a solid base. Once you have a solid